I'm passionate about stoves. It's a lot of people don't know a lot about stoves. It's like one of those like hidden things that's doesn't seem like there's like everyone has one, but not like people like dive really deep into in their stove system. So
Yeah.
yeah, I usually have a lot to say and talk about when it comes to cook systems for backcountry hunters.
Well, and I think let's start it there, man. I think that's a great way to start. Actually, before we get into that, we probably better introduce you, and I'm sure most people know about you and who you are, but for those that don't, let's start there. So if you don't mind, just take a quick minute, introduce yourself so that all the listeners know who you are.
Yeah, so my name's Chris Neville. I'm co-founder of Roughridge Stove Co. So we're a brand new cook system for backcountry hunters. Been working on that project for 4 years now. So we started in 2022. My brother's the other founder. So him and I have been working on it for a long time. And then we're finally to a point where we're just about ready to launch. So here in April, we're going to have our product in our hands, ready to ship and get out to people. So yeah, I've
Nice.
been working on that for a long time. Been in the hunting industry for over a decade now. I originally started working at Go Hunt, so I was
Mm-hmm.
there for 6 years. Then I did some freelance consulting in the hunting industry while working on Roughridge at the same time. And then hopefully now I'm still like my main income is like freelance and consulting
Okay.
for hunting companies, but hopefully in the future Roughridge takes over that and that'll be my full-time job.
Gotcha. Well, and I knew your name from Go Hunt. I used to think of Go Hunt as a competitor of mine in a way, but I am nowhere near Go Hunt status. But that's where I first heard your name, and then so I was actually talking to a buddy of mine. I met him down in St. George, and we went to dinner. We went on a double date, and he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, and it's funny because we were talking about tents, backcountry tents. I was looking at like some Argali tents to change out my back. So I've been using a QU one and wanted to switch to something different. He was telling me about that. And then he says, he's like, hey, have you heard about these Roughridge stoves? And I was like, no, I've never even heard about that. Where did you hear about it? And I can't remember where he said he heard about it. Maybe it was on Instagram. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, he started talking about it, and so I started looking into it. And I do quite a bit of backcountry hunting and try to stay as lightweight as possible, and trying to figure out the best that I can do when it comes to cooking. I'll be honest, I'm not a jet boil fan, so I'm just going to put that out. I'm not a fan of them.
Hey, you're preaching in the choir.
So when he's talked about you, I'm like, okay, all right, I've got a different option, and I know, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, like kind of the nuances that make yours different and stuff like that. But that's kind of what piqued my interest in it, honestly, is when he started talking about that. I was like, oh, I got to reach out to Chris and just talk to you about it. And one, to definitely get it out more, talk to get the name out to more people, but honestly, this is a selfish podcast. I really just want to learn for myself. So I'm glad that you did it. So let's go back. So yeah, why? So this has been going on for 4 years. Like, why'd you think, oh man, I've got to have a better stove? Like, where did that start?
Um, I mean, it really just came from our experiences that we had on backcountry hunters.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my brother and I were kind of like gearheads. I mean, every backcountry hunter is a gearhead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone's, and if there's one place to really figure out what works and what doesn't work, it's on backcountry hunts.
Right.
And it just came apparent to us, like I was always changing my cook system. I think we all start out with a jet boiler, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like the first cook system that everyone has. Doesn't take you long to either realize this thing isn't very good for what I need it, or it breaks. One or
Mm-hmm.
the other. That seems to be the two common things with them. And then everyone kind of goes into this. I'm going to kind of build and Frankenstein my own cook system together. I want
Yep.
it to be ultra lightweight. You got to buy your pot from this company, your stove from this company, or sport from this company. And it's kind of like this Frankenstein kit, not really functions well together because they're all from different companies, but they're usually, it's ultra lightweight. And from that, we just realized like this is a problem.
Yeah.
Like, why is there not a lightweight, all-in-one cook system specifically made for backcountry hunters? And that was the other thing we noticed right away is when you go look at all these different brands in the camp kitchen space, not a single one of them is for hunters. They don't
Mm-hmm.
advocate for the hunting lifestyle. I would argue that they don't really care about hunters at all. We just happen to buy their stuff because it's the only option out there.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that came apparent. Is like, I want to buy my stuff from somebody who understands my lifestyle and cares about the same things I care about. And it was just like all that came together, and we're just like, we need to build our own cook system.
It's funny that you say that, because I like literally you can't see it because it's, well, I got it like a, I don't even know what you call it, a cabinet back here where I've got all my stuff, but my cook system is a mixture of a lot of things. So Camp Chef came out with one, and so there were some things that I liked about that. But like if you're to look at my setup, it's honestly, yeah, kind of like what you were saying. It's like a Frankenstein setup of a bunch of different things put together. And the bad thing about that is it takes up a lot of space. I think that's my biggest issue with it, is like when I go to put it in my backpack, it's not something that's nice and compact, because it's not built to be together. Does it work? It works. I'm not going to say it's the best, because it breaks all the time. And so that's my issue.
That's the thing, right? With a lot of people's cook systems is there's always trade-offs, right? If you go ultra lightweight, like it's super minimalist, lightweight, but you kind of lose some of that convenience, you lose some of that wind protection. Just there's always these different trade-offs with each system. And it didn't seem like there was like one system that had like, oh, that has everything I want in a pot, that has everything I want in a stove, that has everything I want in a spork.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like our approach when building this was, what is the best pot look like? What does the best stove look like? What does the best spork look like? And then just build exactly for what we wanted in each product as backcountry hunters.
That's another point you said, like it's nobody really makes this for hunters. Like when you go to like the Hunt Expo, I don't ever see Jetboil. I don't ever see Camp Chef. Those are kind of the two big ones, but they're selling to the granolas out there. That's really who they're selling it to, is the hikers that don't hunt. And so for us, it's, they're not tailoring it to us.
No. And a lot of people will say like, well, what's the difference? Like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
And I would say is, so when it comes to like product design, right? If your core audience is a camper, you're going to build your product around what they want and what they like and what they need.
Yeah.
Right. A hunter and a camper are completely different. Like the needs and wants of a backcountry hunter versus a camper are different. So building your product for that camper isn't going to be this. It's not going to work as well for somebody who's a backcountry hunter.
Exactly.
So that's like the main difference that we saw. So it's when we design our products, everything that we think about is hunter first, backcountry hunting first. Like, does this make sense for a hunter? And that's kind of like how we designed our whole entire product.
Well, and those guys really can't develop it, because if you think about it, like they're not, they're not backcountry hunters. And so for them, that's like me trying to develop something in the, I don't even know, engineering world. Like I can't do that because it's not my expertise. I've never done it, so they don't have anybody really to do that. But you're right. Most people know how to camp and go camping. And so, okay, we'll make this, and it works for a camper. It probably weighs, a lot and really isn't conducive. But again, we make it work. Like I'll buy a titanium cup. That way it's a little bit lighter. So when I put it in my backpack, I'm not putting a brick back there and stuff like that. So having somebody like you that, does backcountry hunting, obviously by what's behind you there. Yeah. I do need to see that. You need to lift that camera up a little bit before the show's over. But but yeah, someone like you that's actually done it, you can test and try it and really come to a good product. Again, I for those listening and for you as well, I've obviously never used one of your stoves, but so curious about it. So I can only imagine how good it really is.
Yeah. And I think too, it's just right. Important for backcountry is durability, reliability. And I think you have to take in the idea of backcountry hunters. We face every single environmental condition that you can think of. So to have a product that works across the vast majority of conditions, like designing that is a lot different than a typical camper who's usually going to go out when it's 70 degrees and sunny. Like that's their ideal weather. So they only need to make product for that. And I think just the whole environmental conditions of what a backcountry hunter faces is like completely different. Rain, snow, high altitude, windy, cold. whatever it may be, we just see it all. So
Mhm.
having a product that's able to be reliable across all those conditions.
Well, yeah, and then also we also go, we'll go drastic here, but 15, 20 miles back there, if that stove
Right.
quits, I mean, you can cook
Yeah.
over a fire, kind of, but it really sucks. Pretty much, if that stove quits, your hunt's over. And if that's a sheep hunt or a moose hunt, like that's a significant amount of money, time, effort, emotional effort that goes into that. That is just it's screwed because of a stove. So yeah, camping. Shoot, you just hop in the car, you go to Walmart and you pick up something, a new one if you need to. But backcountry hunting, it's a different animal.
Oh yeah, completely different. And that's what took us 4 years, right? Everyone's like,
Yeah.
"What? How did this take you so long?"
I was gonna ask that. What took so long? How did it go from 2022 to now? Like what's that process? What happened during that time?
So one second, my dog's barking. Let me let
Ah,
it
no
out.
worries. I didn't hear him at all. So your mic is even that much that amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So really, what took us the longest was so when we were setting out to make this, we wanted to make something that actually solved the real problems that we had out there. And a lot of the problems that we had out there hadn't been fixed. So we had to do things that were innovative, like things that had never been done before when it comes to a cook system.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that, that takes a lot longer of a process. Like it is, I could easily go make a cook system right now and like go to a factory. They already have a cook system for you. You can put your logo on it and you can say built by hunters for hunters. And
Right.
it's just right from the factory. It's called white labeling, right? And that's what a lot of companies do, right? They just get a cook system right off the shelf, put a logo on it. And for us, we wanted to actually solve these problems. So we had to actually design this product from the ground up. Everything is completely different. Like we own all of the tooling, all the molds. So a lot of this stuff had never been done before. Like the shape of our pot, right? It's not your typical round pot. It's an irregular octagon shape, kind of a unique shape,
Hmm.
like never been done before. So when we went to a lot of these factories, basically they all told us we can't build that. Like we've never built it like that before. We
Hmm.
can't build that. So it's basically just going down the line of finding a factory who's willing to work with us and build what we wanted. Like, yes, this is different, but it's for a reason. Like, we're trying to solve these X amount of problems so we have an ultimate all in one backcountry cook system for hunters. And we finally landed on a factory. And then it's just like going back and forth on prototypes, iterations, changing things. But yeah, like when you're making a product that's like truly innovative and like truly different, like it just takes a lot
Yeah.
longer because everything is you always run into problems. Everything takes longer. There's always a delay, this, that, whatever it may be. So that's really what took us the longest is just making something that had never been made before and making it like the way we wanted it and not, you know, cutting any corners essentially.
Yeah, and not introducing it too early too, because you don't want to introduce it too early, put it out there, and then it's got issues, and then, like when you finally put it out there, like everybody's gonna be like, okay, this is my product, and spend their hard-earned money on it, and so you want to put a good product out there. So I get how many iterations have you had of it?
I think we've had like
Oh, that's not
five.
bad.
No, no, not bad at all. I mean, we got fortunate. I mean, obviously it took us like a couple years to actually find like a super high quality factory who is willing to work with us.
Uh huh.
But like they're like an awesome partner of ours and like the prototypes they made us like right off the bat were like, oh my God. Like these are way closer to like what we wanted than we thought we were gonna get for like a first prototype. But
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Do you have one there? Like, or do you have one that you can show? Like, because I am going to put this on YouTube for
I don't,
those that are
I don't
listening.
have any prototypes, but I got
I'm so curious of what that. I mean, so I played on Instagram. Obviously, I've stalked you on Instagram. But yeah, if
I think it's out in my garage. I have like this big bucket full of I have this tote full of like camp kitchen stuff that I was like we're always changing, mixing, stuff like that.
uh-huh. But you don't have the
But
final product there with you.
I'm trying to I had one sitting around here somewhere. Let me see.
I'd love to show it if those people that are watching on YouTube, just if they wanted to see it.
It was in the garage. I was filming some videos yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Where I film all of our videos you see on our Instagram. It's usually in my garage.
Nice.
There's like that's the stove.
That's actual stove, actual stove right there. So
like the main thing, right, is our igniter is fully built into the casting of the body.
Is that the igniter on the back there, that little trigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not no plastic, so it's all aluminum alloy. We made it so it's like a gun trigger, so it's way easier to use with the gloves on.
Yeah.
It just functions a lot better. And then just having it built inside the casting of the stove body, you can't move it, you can't bump it, you can't break it. No dirt, water can get in there. So that's usually why most igniters fail.
Yeah.
Because you're usually hanging off the side, fully exposed. You have like the electrode that comes up off the top.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is move it a little bit, bump it a little bit, and like as a backcountry hunter, you throw it in your pack. It's going here, it's going there. Like it gets thrown around a lot. A stove does.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why most igniters fail pretty quick.
So that's all metal? Like there's no plastic on that right there?
No plastic.
Oh, so that's
fully built into like the casting. So like if you cut this stove in half, you'd see like a little pocket right there. So that's where the piezo igniter sits inside there.
Okay. Oh, dang, dude. Well, that right there is, I mean, like, so most of the systems out there have like plastic polymers type stuff built into it, and that stuff, like, you give it a year and it dries out and it breaks, and the stove's worthless at that point.
Yeah, and this stove, it weighs 2.8 ounces.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So
2.8 ounces, and it's got a fuel regulator built into it, so that's what's gonna. So what that does is that regulates the fuel coming to the stove, so it's consistent every single time. So no matter what the temperature is, no matter the altitude, right? If you don't have a fuel regulator, then your stove's performance is solely dictated on the pressure in the fuel canister.
Yeah.
So that's why we get a lot of inconsistent performance with most stoves out there when you're at 12,000 feet and it's 20 degrees. It's because it's coming from the fuel canister. So ours, we have a built-in valve system in the stove. So it's a set PSI.
Okay.
So the gas is coming through the stove the same every single time, no matter what the conditions are.
Dang, that's sweet. And it's adjustable. Like you can adjust the gas. Okay.
So it's like on full blast, and you can go like super low.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's got really good simmer control.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can actually simmer something with that.
And the main reason why we wanted simmer control, it's a lot of people don't know this, but you usually save about half the fuel if you don't run it on full blast. Save a ton of fuel.
Well, there's some systems out there that's all they have is full blast. You know, you have on or off basically. So
yeah, and so so we have a really strong flame, and the main reason why you want a really strong flame is in windy, crappy conditions, right? You need a strong flame. So I think ours is like 9,400 BTUs. So it's a super strong flame. So when it is super windy and when it is crappy, like you're gonna have a strong enough flame to still be able to boil water. But at the same time, we have this like really good simmer control, which you can only have. People say you can have simmer control if you don't have a pressure regulator. I would argue that's not necessarily true. Like the only way you can actually have simmer control is you have to have a fuel regulator. In the stove.
Yeah.
So that gives you the ability that you can, if I'm making a cup of coffee in the morning and I'm not in a rush or midday or whatever it is, if I run it on medium to low, I'm going to save half the fuel.
Yeah.
So like it gives a backcountry hunter the ability to save more fuel. So you can, right, the heaviest thing you carry is a fuel canister. So the more boils I can get at one fuel canister, the more weight I'm going to end up saving.
I cannot believe how lightweight that is, dude. That is unreal how light that is. Well, how small it is, too. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So then that's
right. I've seen that on Instagram. That is a weird shape.
Yeah, so you'll notice it's hard to even explain. I say irregular octagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and it's longer in the front. So the reason why we did that is, right, we wanted everything to fit inside our pot. We always hate it when you pull out your cook system, you have something over here, something scattered over there, a spork there, and you're always looking for something. So it was like really important for us. We wanted everything to fit inside our pot, but we still wanted it to be lightweight, a smaller package. And the only way you can do that is you have to make this unique shape to where it allows you to fit everything inside. So as a regular round pot, the only way you could fit everything inside is you have to make it bigger, which is heavier.
Yep.
So for us, like, right, that shape allows us to be super efficient with the storage space without, adding weight or making the pot a lot bigger. Plus, it also gives it a little bit better pour spout.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because it's got those little vents on the top. I was like, oh, you can pour it easier too, like into a bag.
Yeah, because it kind of comes out in the front.
Yeah.
It's easier to pour out. The lid, so we have like a silicone lined titanium lid.
Uh-huh.
So like titanium pots, right? Like the lid always falls off.
Yeah. Oh,
so it's got a silicone lined around the lid. So when you actually put it on there, like it stays on there. One, for when you're like boiling water, you're able just to pour without having to take your lid on or off. Like it just stays on.
Yeah.
And then when you have all your stuff packed inside the cook system, it won't come falling out in your backpack because the lid actually stays on.
Oh, that's sweet. So the one I'm using right now, it has like a plastic lid. So I never use the lid because I'm going to melt it. I know I'm going to melt it. So like to boil water, it's a whole lot quicker to boil water when you can actually have a lid on it and keep that heat in. So that's also another sweet. I'll bet you can boil water in no time with that thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. And this is all high temp silicone. So it can't be, you can't, unless you like literally threw it in the fire. Like,
right.
It's going to be fine. Also have, for the handles, we always hate it on titanium pots. You're always just burning your fingers every time you touch the pot.
I was thinking that when you were showing me like the pouring, I'm like, man, I can't tell you how many times you're just burning the crap out of your hand. And you have to, I'll put gloves on. I'm still burning my hand through the gloves. So.
Yeah. And then the big thing is, so we have on the bottom is a removable wind guard. So you just twist that on and off.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's sweet.
So like nice. A titanium cook system, usually it's just like a pot like this. It is lightweight, but the main problem with it when it comes to performance is wind.
Yeah.
Like it's a huge killer if you don't have anything blocking the wind, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why we have the removable wind guard. I think this thing, it weighs less than an ounce.
Wow. Just
goes right on there. Then we have these cutouts right here that are specifically made
for the feet.
So then when you put it on there, it sits down over the top of the stove. Man.
Dude, that is so sick. I was actually thinking that when you first showed me the stove itself without the pot, I was like, oh man, I could see the wind blowing that out, but not with that. And then
it also gives you added stability because like this thing is like on over the legs. So like you have to knock that thing over.
That is so crazy.
The other thing we designed too is, right, the bigger the gap between the top of the burner and the bottom of the pot, the more wind that can come in there.
Right.
We made ours specifically like very tight from the top of the burner to the bottom of the pot, so it's going to be super wind efficient when it's in really windy conditions.
So what is that system? So with the pot and the stove, what's your total weight there?
So with the pot and the stove, we also have the folding spork. That's included. So it's just folds out and then you slide this thing up.
Oh, that's genius, dude. That is so genius. I love that.
The reason why we made it folding is because we to fit it inside our pot.
Yeah.
So it's 8.3 inches long, so super long for freeze-dried meals. It's got like a little grip at the top for stirring. Yeah, and then it's just like a little lever. You pull that back, folds. And then that's what goes like in the front right here. So like when you pack this, it's gonna sit in the front of the pot right there.
Oh, okay. So what's not that little? There's that little button on the top. What's that little button on the top of or that little? Is that just a handle to pull it? Okay, I was thinking that was the spork, but okay, I got you.
Yeah, so that's just the top of it. So when you pull off your lid, you don't burn your fingers either.
Gotcha. Okay.
Basically, we made just all the touch points. Right?
Yeah.
Like all the touch points, you can't burn your hands.
Nice.
Essentially.
Or melt your gloves.
Yeah. So all in. So pot, removable wind guard, spork, stove. You're looking at 10 ounces for the full system.
Wow.
If you go without the wind guard, you're looking at 9 ounces for the full system, which compared to any other all-in-one cook system, it's roughly like 35 to 45% lighter.
Yeah.
Than most all-in-one one cook systems.
It's probably
Yeah.
100% lighter than the one that I'm using, honestly,
Yeah.
right now. Because that's like you were saying earlier, to like make everything fit. So I am using the Camp Chef cup or pot because it's big enough to fit everything inside. Whereas other pots I've gotten, I can't do that. So, but it makes it big and it makes it heavy as well.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And then the other thing, right? Everyone complains about their water measurement marks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what we did is, I mean, it's not rocket science. I'm surprised nobody has done this, to be honest with you. Like all we did is we just compiled all the freeze dried meals out there, figured out what's the most common measurements,
Mm-hmm.
and then made sure we put those in the pot. So we basically cover every freeze dried meal.
Sweet.
We go from 6 to 16 ounces in 1 ounce increments, and it's
Okay.
stamped in there.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot. So they're a lot closer, so that they're much more precise. Like most of them, right? Usually have 3 in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically guessing the whole time.
Yep. And then you get a watery meal or one that has you're crunching as you're trying to eat it. So because you never get it at least I don't. I never get it right.
No, yeah, and everyone's a little bit different on that. Like for me, I'm always like, whatever the meal says, I'm trying to be as precise as possible.
Yeah.
One, I do think it makes the meal obviously better because it's cooked correctly. And then 2, like I know I'm not wasting water.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I put too much in there, like, it seems like I'm always low on water. So just the more precise my measurements are, the better chance I have of saving more water is really what we thought with that. And it's, I don't know why more people haven't done that. I'm calling it now. I'm saying people are going to start doing that with their pots.
I think to your point earlier, though, is people don't really make them specifically for a certain demographic. They're just they're putting a product out there and getting as close as they can to the mark rather than really focusing on a niche that's saying, hey, these guys use Peak, these guys use Mountain House, these guys, and getting that measurement of what they really truly need. They're just putting some marks out there and wishing you the best.
Yeah, I know. And that's right. Like every backcountry hunter eats freeze-dried meals.
Yeah. Yep.
Like we're not cooking food.
Right.
If we kill an animal, awesome. If we can like cook a little meat in there,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, we're all eating freeze-dried meals.
Yep.
So just having a pot that matches up with those was, and that's like the thing with this whole product is everything is very intentional. We didn't skip anything. Like every little tiny piece, the devil's in the details.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like when we think about products at Rough Ridges, what makes a good product is like all those small features that go unnoticed that people don't realize. But when you put them all together into a full system, right, it makes your life a lot better. It's a lot more convenient. And overall, you're just going to have a better product from A to Z. So that was really important for us. And that's another reason why it took 4 years to build, because you wouldn't think it's a cook system is as technical as what most people think, but there's a lot more parts and pieces and different types of things that go in it to make it technical and to make it better.
Well, and to be able to do all the things like when you were talking about the valve, the fuel valve that's in there to keep that heat consistent, and then the igniter and all the stuff that's just in that little stem, there's a lot of crap in there, and so like I guess I don't normally think about those things, but as we I was preparing for this, I'm like, man, there is a lot of stuff that goes into it. The feet that hold the pot, making sure that they're lightweight enough but stable enough to be able to hold it, and like the gaps and everything that you did in it, like there's a lot of thinking that goes into what people probably think is a simple product, but it's actually a kind of a complex product.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then also, so like the one thing with our pot supports, so like obviously you saw with the wind guard on, right? We have these cutouts that specifically fit our pot supports. But if you go without the wind guard, you want to go lightweight. We also have like a ridge. It's kind of hard to see.
I can see it. Yeah.
But there's a ridge on the bottom of our pot. So it's not a flat bottom pot like most titanium pots.
Mm-hmm.
And that ridge marries into these cutouts into our stove.
Oh, yeah.
So when you put that on there, right, it's going to be more stable than just a regular pot on a stove because it actually marries into those cutouts.
Nice.
So it kind of locks into place as well if you go without the wind guard.
That's awesome. Dang. So show me putting that, can you show me putting all that together, putting in the pot, what it looks like when it's all put together, and kind of talk us through that?
Yeah. So there's a specific way to pack.
Yeah.
Pack the pot. So first you're going to want to do for those, you do fuel canister you do that down.
Okay.
And then the wind guard is going to go on top of that. The spork just slides right in the front.
Sweet. That is the coolest freaking thing.
And then here, let me fix the stove. So like the stove is like super easy. So it's just single motion fold for the legs.
Okay.
I'll just fold down and then this just flips over. So like it gets pretty small.
That's amazing.
And then you just put that right in there. So then here, let's see if I can show the camera. So then everything's packed inside the pot.
That's crazy. That's everything, guys. Like that's everything that you need. Like including the spork. Like that's everything that you need to cook your meal.
We're also going to include a microfiber towel with the cook system.
What's that? Just to wipe it down, or what? Like what?
So we've gotten a ton of feedback about people. Surprisingly enough, we get a lot of feedback. People don't like their cook system rattling around.
Oh yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
And it is a tight fit, right? Like we obviously designed our pot to specifically fit everything inside. So like it is a pretty snug fit. So like it rattles around a little bit if you don't have a microfiber towel. Some people it bothers, some people it doesn't, just depends on the person. But we got enough feedback where we're like, yeah, we can throw in a microfiber towel. And this is just like a sample. So then just like put that right on the top. And it's going to help prevent things from like rattling around.
Yeah.
Put your lid on.
I mean, I guess I could get it if I was trying to sneak in on something, but very rarely am I sneaking in with my stove and all that stuff. I guess I could see it possibly happening. I'd also.
So then there's no rattle. It's like when it's in your backpack, if you're hiking, some people just don't like it rattling. So yeah, we'll have a microfiber towel that comes with it. Do whatever you want with it. You can use it. You don't have to use it.
Yeah.
Some people do like it too for like cleaning.
Yeah.
When they're eating, cleaning their spork. And then, yeah, right. Like you'll notice the lid stays on.
Dude, that is so sweet. And it's all titanium. So it's super durable. You can throw that in the bottom of your backpack. Nothing's going to get bent or broke or damaged.
Funny thing is too, so like with this shape is you do get some like added rigidity. Like compared to a round pot because of the angles.
Yeah.
Like when you squeeze it, it has like it's more rigid than just like a thin circled titanium pot that can bend sometimes.
I was gonna say I've got a titanium cup that it's oval shaped now because I keep putting it in the bottom of my backpack and it just everything goes on top of it and it's just kind of smashed down. I mean it's a cup, so whatever. But yeah, like that shape was gonna keep it stronger and man, that is so sweet. But going back to like the cloth in there and keeping things from rattling around, I don't really worry about anything getting broke on that because like it doesn't have an exposed igniter. Everything's metal, like nothing's plastic. So even if it's rattling around, nothing's gonna break, right?
Yeah, no, nothing. Yeah, so we took out, right, like you're saying, we took out all the things that could break.
Yeah.
Most cook systems have some sort of plastic thing on them or this or that. Like we basically just took out all things that could break. Right, all the materials on the whole entire thing. So everything's titanium, stainless steel, or aluminum alloy.
Wow,
those are the three materials for the whole entire cook system. And then then we have high temp silicone for like the touch points. But yeah, so it's all just like super durable, high quality materials, like the best materials that we could find. We wanted something durable.
Yeah.
We had the cook system that lasts like 1 or 2 seasons and then it breaks. Like we wanted a cook system that's going to last you a long time.
And that's it, man. Like I can't tell you how many cook systems I've gone through, how many jet boils I've gone through, camshafts. There was another one that I bought. I can't remember the name of it. Honestly, it wasn't that long ago. Broke it pretty quick. So yeah, like I'm going through them like crazy, but it seriously, it is always the plastic parts that are breaking. I'm always breaking off the exposed igniter. That part pisses me off more than anything is that exposed little electrode thing that comes out. I break that thing off all the time because it's always exposed in my backpack and wherever. Yeah,
I know the thing is, this is important to us as hunters. Like we want it. It's important to us, and we weren't willing to cut corners for these other companies. it's not that important to them.
Yeah.
It's something that they don't find as important because one, it usually adds cost.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's more expensive to make something more technical and more durable.
Yeah.
Most
But
of those guys don't want to. They don't want to do that.
the
They're
great
trying
thing,
to make the cheapest product possible.
exactly. And the great thing about the hunting industry, though, like if you put a good product out there, hunters are willing to pay the money. You know what I mean? Like if it's a good product, like I'll
Yeah.
use the example of I love archery hunting, and they, Ultraview put out an amazing thumb button release. It is stupid how expensive that thumb button release is. But man, I love that thing. Like it works perfect for me. So I'm going to spend the money because it's a good product. So yeah, hunters will pay the money if it's good,
Yeah, and that, for people, I've been around the block for a while. I've bought a lot of gear. I think most people realize, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Like sooner or later you get what you pay for, and you learn those lessons, and then you get to a point where it's like, I'm just gonna buy once, cry once is kind of my mentality. And some people, everyone's different. Now, I'm not saying our cook system's for everyone. Everyone's different. Everyone's needs are different and what they want to spend. But for me, like, I know how important it is when I have like quality gear on a backcountry hunt. People say like, oh, gear doesn't make the difference.
Oh,
I totally disagree with that.
I completely disagree with that.
Good gear makes all the difference. And it maybe, right, the difference that it makes is convenience, comfortable. I'm in a better state of mind because I have better gear where I'm not uncomfortable. Because, like, right, a backcountry hunt, you're mostly uncomfortable most of the time.
Oh yeah.
So having high quality gear is going to give you more convenience, more comfortable, and you're just going to be in a better mindset. Leads to hunting harder, essentially.
So let me ask you the question, since we're talking about it. What is for my listeners, what's going to be the price point on these things?
So the price point is $249, and that's for everything.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad at all, honestly.
Yeah. So $249, that's going to be pot, stove, removable wind guard, microfiber towel, spork, and then we're also going to throw in 2 full fuel canisters.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, that's a good deal.
Yeah. And the fuel canisters is like, I always hate when I get a cook system. It seems like I'm always looking for fuel, or I'm always out of fuel. So
me too.
Like, if someone's going to buy it, we might as well just give them fuel canisters. So like when you get it, like you're ready to go. Like you have 2 full fuel canisters. You're ready to go out in the field and use it right away. You don't have to go to the store.
Dude.
And fuel canisters.
That is so I've got 2 hunts coming up this year that are backcountry style hunts. And I'm gonna have to get my hands on one of these, because that makes, and it's just something like peace of mind too. Like when you're headed out to, I don't know about you, but like when I'm packing my gear and I'm headed out to go on a hunt and like leaving the truck, my mind is always thinking about my gear. And I'm kind of a gear junkie too. That's one thing that I love about this podcast, is I get to talk gear all the time. But I'm always thinking about gear and like, okay, what could fail on me on this trip? And I'll be honest, my stove is one thing that I think about. I've had a tent that I'm worried about, and I've had a pad that I've worried about. As I've left that truck, I've worried about those 3 things, because if those 3 things fail, I'm screwed.
Oh yeah, it becomes a much harder hunt real quick.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Most people quit when those 3 things fail.
That's true. No, for sure.
And one of my hunts is a moose hunt. So we were actually supposed to go on a moose hunt last year in Alaska. Sad situation. My buddy that I was going with lost his wife. So we postponed it to this year. Actually, he's from Colorado, and postponed it to this year. And man, I'm just thinking about that hunt specifically. Like that, this would be perfect for that hunt, because we want to be lightweight. We want to have something that's going to work for us. So and I use peak refuel. So I think you got the marks for me on there.
We got it covered. We got them covered. You doing like a float trip?
No. So we actually have a buddy that, so Chad met a buddy, and we became pretty good friends with him, and Chad's gone fishing with him. Chad's my friend. And, we were just kind of talking about, hunts that we want to do. And Chad and I, we've been on a lot of really fun hunts, but Alaska moose is kind of man, top of the top, something 65 inches wide is unreal. And he's like, hey, because he lives in Alaska. He's like, I'll take you guys hunting. We're like, what do you mean you'll take us hunting? And he's like, I go hunting every year. I know exactly where they're at. I can take you up. I got my camp that's set up all year round. I'll take you to my camp. I'll make sure everything's taken care of. I got cots. I got all that stuff that we can just get up in there into, and we'll get you some big old moose. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So yeah, I'm going moose hunting.
I love it.
Dude.
That's all. That's one. I'm with you. Dream hunt for sure.
Oh,
A moose.
have you ever hunted moose before?
No moose. I've been to Alaska. I've done caribou hunt before, and I always tell people, like, once you go to Alaska once, you're always trying to figure out how to get back.
Yeah. You can't see it. This right here is a Kodiak blacktail.
Nice.
And yeah, we went up there. So we went to Kodiak caribou hunting and blacktail, and I love that blacktail. But yeah, you're right. As soon as you've gone up there once, it's like you got to go back. Like, you just can't help yourself.
No, it's the last. I mean, it's like the last true wild remote place.
Yeah,
like I don't know if there's any other place like that.
No, have you ever done a float trip?
I haven't.
So we're planning next year. We want to go on a float trip. In fact, Brian Call did it for caribou. And so we've already got it figured out and whatnot. So 2027 we're gonna go on this float trip, and I'm excited. I don't know what to expect on it. Never done a float trip. I've never even really talked to anybody that's ever done one. So I'm a little bit nervous because it's just him and I, and if we survive, it's because him and I survived. No guides or anything like that. So it might get Western.
The only thing I always worry about, I'm not like a rafter or anything. Like
No.
I always wonder, I'm like, what if I get in like a White Rapids or something? What?
Right.
It's just hopefully the raft's big enough you don't have to do much.
That's what. So like the people that we've talked to, that's what they said. Like the raft's big enough, and you've got your stuff in there, and it kind of stabilizes it. And so we have a guy that's flying us up the river and dropping us off. So we do have that help. And the river that he's flying us up on, he does this all the time. And so he said, he's like, you're not going to hit anything crazy or, like any bad rapids. But basically, yeah, he drops us off at the top of the river, and then we spend the next 5-6 days floating down. I think that's how long it is. And we'll just stop and camp or stop and hunt, and then get back in the raft and float down and just stop as we feel like, hey, there might be some caribou in this area, and we're going to go hunt them. And I think we're going to get 2 tags each. So hopefully we can come out of there with 4 total caribou.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. It's going to be a blast. So
yeah, heck yeah. We'll definitely need to get you the old Rough Ridge High Country cook system out there.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. You and I will have to. So yeah. Wait, you said you're not releasing them until April? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So right now, that's when we're looking like official launch will be April's, when we'll get our first round of inventory here in Fort Collins that we can start shipping out, and it'll be like live on our website in April for people to buy.
Okay. Do you have a wait list or anything like that right now?
Right. We have, so like if you go to our website, you can sign up for like our email list. That's kind of where we're keeping everyone like up to date, like when it's going to drop, and informed about the cook system, all the different kind of stuff. So we just kind of been telling people, go to our website and sign up for our email list.
Okay. Are you okay with me? Like I was planning on like putting this podcast out tomorrow. Is this information okay to put out there so everybody knows all about it?
Oh yeah, it's all out there. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I mean, I figured, like I said, I stalked you on Instagram, and I think pretty much everything we've talked about for the most part, and that's a good thing for my listeners. You guys can go on, check it out. There's videos, all sorts of stuff on it. That's a lot of really good information. Actually, I really enjoyed this. Like having you explain it was a whole lot better, because I was trying to put 2 and 2 together of how things worked. But
you're lucky I'm all warmed up. So we went to the Western Hunt Expo. What was that, about a month ago?
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone's been there, or if you haven't, like that show is a complete zoo.
It is. You were
there? It's a 4-day. Yeah.
You had a booth?
Yeah.
Shoot, dude! It's a zoo. I didn't even see you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's because so when you first get a booth there, they put you in like that back room part. So it's kind of like away from like the main hall.
Yeah.
But I mean, anyone who's walked around that, like, it's hard to see everything. Like it's
Yeah,
just a giant show.
it is. It is. Yeah, a good buddy of mine actually was back in that back room, and he's pretty much the only one I would. Bruce with Epoch Outdoors. I don't know if you know. He like it's a
But
ninja scoping system.
he was just a little ways down from us.
Oh, he was. Gosh dang it, man! I wish I would have
You're
seen you
close.
and come down and talked with you. Gosh.
So my spiel, like my pitch, you do that for 4 days straight from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. of
Mm.
just like stop. Like by the end of it, I could just like close my eyes and just like talk about everything that comes with the Cook system.
Did you do any other shows except for that one?
We're gonna be doing the Mile High Hunt Expo
Okay.
here in Denver, which is I think it's the 20th.
I'll say it's coming up.
March,
Yeah.
yeah, March 20th. So yeah, we're doing that. And what we've been doing at the shows is we've just been doing pre-orders for people who show up in person at the show. We're gonna do pre-orders for it.
Okay. Okay. So they get that you can do a pre-order if they go to that show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. 50% of my listeners are from Colorado. So you guys
There
out
you
there
go.
from Colorado, yeah, go check this out at the Mile High Expo, because that I don't know. I just like put my hands on stuff too. You know, like being able to like see it in person and whatnot. Like that's what I'm wishing I would have seen you there and been able to like have this in my
Yeah.
hands.
Yeah. I would say like probably like the number one comment that we would got when like because most of the people that came there had been like following us and they knew we were going to be there and they wanted to see the product, like similar to you, right? You want
Yeah.
to put your hands on it and see what it's about. I'd probably say like the first thing most people said was like, "Oh, this is way lighter than I thought,"
Nice. Nice.
or it's smaller than I thought. Because like pictures, like most of our pictures, like we're pretty close to it, so it looks like it's bigger
Big.
than what it actually is. But yeah,
That's
light.
when you held it up, like I don't even have anything here that even like when you were holding it up and you were holding it like that, you know, I was like, holy cow, that little stove is tiny.
Oh yeah, no, for
So
sure.
yeah, that's the other thing is like, so I was telling you about my buddy that was telling me about you, or like I said, I knew about you, but I didn't know about your stoves. Literally, I think it was the next weekend after the Western Hunt Expo was when he literally told me about it. So up at that point, I didn't even know that you were out there. So man, I'm bummed I did not get to see you there.
All good. Yeah, and that so like our plan was so we told the public in July of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So like up to that point, my brother and I had told hardly anyone. Like we kept it very close, like didn't want the word to get out. Like we wanted to get in a good spot. I had like a few select people that I knew in the industry who were like testing it, giving us feedback and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, it wasn't until like July 2025 is when we like told people what we were working on. And for us, it was important that we wanted to one, like get people educated about the Cook system before it was like officially out there and launched, because we felt, it's easy for me because I've been thinking about this for 4 years and I know a lot more about Cook systems than like the average person, but that's with 4 years of literally just only thinking about Cook systems.
Yeah.
And we realized really quick, like there's definitely a big education piece to this that we need to do as a business to educate more people on Cook systems, what makes them different, what makes them better,
Yeah.
and why we chose to do this instead of this, why it's important. So that's why we like announced it early. Plus, like we just wanted people feedback. We wanted
Yeah.
people to, build in public and get people excited about the product and show what it's like to, essentially start a brand new hunting company from the ground up with your brother.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
and
sounds daunting is
yeah.
what it sounds.
Oh yeah. And that, like, if anyone wants to see, like, Instagram is by far where we have like
Yeah.
the most content about the stove, about the brand, about my brother and I, where we came from, how we grew up, all that type of stuff.
Yeah. You've already got merch out though. Isn't that's a Rough Ridge hat, isn't it?
We did make a select few. So we do have a couple hunt films that we're going to come out this year. So we filmed like 3
sweet.
hunts last year. So we'll have some hunt films. So we made like one-off hats,
Yeah.
like just for the hunt films to have. And now everyone's like, oh, we need some merch. So we're definitely going to work on getting our merch up, because like this is the only hat we have of just this.
Nice.
This is one of one.
That's another
People
thing.
are like, I want that hat.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say
like, "All right."
that's another thing about hunters. We do like our merch. I got my dark energy
Yeah.
hat on. You know, you got to have your merch.
Sure, 100%.
Dude, that is awesome. I was going to ask you one other question. Are you going to mainly do direct to consumer type stuff? Or are you planning on putting this in some stores for people to get their hands on?
So to start off with, yeah, we really just want to focus on direct to consumer
Okay.
for first couple of years, get our feet under us,
Mm-hmm.
really make sure everything's dialed in and we understand, kind of what we're doing. Cause like, this is our first time starting a company for ourselves. So we want to be in a good position before we go into retailers. And then, yeah, so direct to consumer for a while here and then see where it goes from there.
I like that because I feel like direct to consumer in the hunting industry is super important because like when we buy something in hunting, we kind of want to have a connection with the person that we're buying it from. Like I'll go back to Bruce with Epoch Outdoors. He's just such a cool dude. And so I want to be a part of what he's doing, and so having that direct to consumer, I think is a great way to do that. At least in the beginning, like you said, a couple 3-4 years down the road, things are getting big and it's kind of hard. It does get hard to do that eventually. And so you'll want to put it in some stores so more people can get their hands on it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. And like you're saying, right. It's like, if we can own that journey, the customer journey, people have questions, right? They're going to have a better buy experience. If something happens, they can contact us directly. Like that face-to-face, like you're saying, having that communication directly with the customer, one, and helping them out if they have any problems. And then two, just like helping us in making more products or making something different on our product and getting feedback and all that stuff. So yeah, we're very open, transparent about what we're doing, how we're doing it. Anyone has questions, like we answer all of our DMs, we comment back, email, whatever it may be. Yeah, we know how important the customer is to us. Like that's, without them, right, we're nothing. So we really want to treat them as best as we can.
Oh man, another thing I love about the hunting industry is like all the people coming out with these products are like the coolest dudes, like you, dude, man. They're like you're just a bro. Like you're so cool and down to earth, and like I freaking love that about the hunting industry. Is like I want to buy products just because these guys are just cool dudes, and you're one of them. So man, I've really enjoyed this conversation with you, and I really enjoy like what this product that you're coming out. It's honestly, it gets me excited. It gets me excited for hunting, and if anything does that, I'm all about it, So before I let you go, you did say like people contact you on Instagram. Is that the best way to if people do have questions? I'm sure my listeners probably will have questions from this. Is that the best way to get a hold of you is like Instagram DM?
Yes, you can go to Instagram. It's Rough Ridge Stove is our Instagram. You can message us directly there. If you go to our website, roughridgestove.com is our website. We have an email link at the bottom. It's like support@roughridgestove.com.
Okay.
You can email us. Yeah, so email or direct message on Instagram, whatever's easiest, we'll get back to you.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, dude, I appreciate you taking some time with me. I know it took us a little bit to get this scheduled and get together, but man, I appreciate you sharing your product with me and my listeners. Appreciate the conversation as well. So I know you got a pregnant lady that probably needs your attention, and so I probably better let you back to her.
No, yeah, all that, and it's things like this, right? Like the hunting community is small, and for us to be successful and for us to go to where we want to go, right? It means the world for you to have us on your podcast, right? Like reach a new audience, reach new customers, get the word out about Rough Ridge. So thanks for having me on more than anything.
Oh, I'm honored to have a new friend. Look forward to seeing you. Maybe I'll come out to the Mile High Expo and be able to shake your hand in person and actually meet in person. So that'd be awesome.
Buddy. Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Okay. Yep. Take it easy, man. Go take care of that wife of yours, and good luck with the new baby.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. See you, buddy.